What's going on, guys? We just got done watching all the fights. Good night, good day of fights, right? A lot of people didn't watch, especially from the States. But what a great day of fights. Literally about 5 minutes removed from the LARA Wood fight, which this is what the video is for. We're gonna cover. I do want to give my thoughts and prayers out to Lamati, who did get hurt. He got stretched out of the ring in his fight on the Conlon card. As far as the Conlon fight, wasn't really impressed with him. I was a little disappointed the way he approached the fight. I did not like that approach. I did not think he was going to utilize that blueprint. I really did think he was going to try to make it boring. He's going to try to make it muddy, murky, and ugly. And he didn't. He came out after the first round. After that first round, when he was really throwing, I said, this kid's going to get caught up in a firefight, and it's just a matter of time. And that's pretty much what happened. Let's move on to the LARA versus Wood fight. Guys, I told you guys in the breakdown, I hope you did watch the breakdown. Not many people picked Wood in this fight. I picked Wood for one reason. I started to kind of get a little nervous after the weigh-in, but history will always tell you in a rematch you take the clinical boxer over the puncher. It's just the percentages show that the clinical fighter will always win the rematch. Not always, they don't always win, but chances are the numbers will tell you that the clinical fighter always wins. Why? Because the adjustments can be made. They have the ability to make more adjustments, where the puncher, they can make adjustments, but they're limited. Somebody like Lee Wood, who is a more clinical boxer, this is a guy who was winning the fight and got caught in the first fight. He can go back and he can make more of the adjustments because he's the more technical guy, where Lara's going to come in and do what Lara does. Now, during the weight miss, that's when I started getting a little bit nervous. But then when I sat back and said, hold on a second, this is actually a good thing for two reasons. If you're on the Wood side, like I was on the Wood side, yes, can he get caught? Yes, but you know what? He could get caught if he was 5 pounds lighter too, and if he hit the championship weight or 4 pounds lighter. The way I looked at it later on, and the value for Wood really started to dwindle for me at that point, because I was like, you know what? The plus 200 money on him in the beginning was a great look. But then with the whole weight miss and everything like that, it seemed to me like it could have possibly been purposely done. So I went on Wood by decision for plus 420. And I'm going to tell you why that hit and what my mind frame was around that. You know, when he missed the weight, I looked at it. Yes, can it be a situation where he missed on purpose? But then you look at it, the guy lost the belt on the scale. Like, you're not missing weight. Something happened where he missed weight. There could have been a situation where this guy won the belt and he just wasn't disciplined. He literally went out and he enjoyed himself and he celebrated. And that's all things that, you know, you work your whole life to be a champion. You become the champion. You start enjoying the fruits of your labor. You got nothing wrong with that. But that could have been an issue. In the fight, it actually did look like an issue. He didn't have that hunger behind him in that fight. He wasn't the desperado at the end of the rounds like he usually is. He kind of looked tired. Wood dropped him in round number 2. Wood looked like the far more superior fighter in that fight. He owned the fight from beginning bell to closing bell. Now, why did I look at that plus 420 and see all that value? Because if you're Ben Davison and that's your fighter, you're going to tell him this is a very dangerous spot right now. Ben Davison, I don't know if he was really thinking about calling the fight, but he said in interviews, like, I don't even know if this fight's going to go on. This is like he's in a whole different weight bracket at this point. So I don't know what his thoughts are. I don't know if he was just playing to see how much more he could squeeze out of the commissions and stuff. But at that point, what do you tell your fighter? You kind of change everything, you know, and you say, listen, this guy can be really dangerous now. This guy could have missed weight on purpose. There's going to be, you know, or this guy, you know, isn't in shape and he's going to come and he's going to swing for the fences in the early part of the rounds. You have to fight clinical now. So that's the way I looked at this. I said, listen, now there's no way Wood's going to get into this firefight with him. Wood is not going to get into these crazy exchanges like he did with him in the first fight. He knows now, like, that power is on a different weight class right now. He's dangerous as it is. He's got to utilize a clinical approach. So I saw that 420 and I was like, this is the bet. You know, this is the bet. Plus 420, Wood by decision, ends up cashing. So if you pull, you know, certain things from my content, you'll see one of the things that I always say, You never take the buncher over the technician, especially in a rematch. There are situations, yes, you do, but not in a rematch. History will tell you by the numbers and just by viewing that it's just common sense. When you have the more clinical boxer fighting a guy who's the puncher in a rematch, win or lose, he's got the ability to make more adjustments. Look at Mayweather and Maidana. Maidana gave him trouble in that first fight. Mayweather came back and put a clinic on him. You're just able to make more adjustments. You have more tools in the toolkit. So overall, good day of fights. We're going to jump back on here. We got a lot of fights coming up, so I'm going to break down every single one of them. I'll do reaction videos with them as well. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Tell me what you thought of the fights. Tell me what you think Conlon did right, what he did wrong. Tell me what you thought of the LARA fight. How did you guys see it going down? I will be doing every fight from here on forward. So please, guys, obviously I'm not in my studio today. I'm watching from home, but usually it's either here or at the studio. Reaction videos are usually here, and the rest of this stuff, the breakdowns and stuff are on the studio. I got the TV behind me. I use some footage and stuff like that. So check out the content. We can use the support, and I appreciate to talk all of you guys in the comments. I answer all the comments. I'll see you for the fights.